All right, let's get right into it. Super Rugby Pacific just gave us an absolutely seismic second round. Seriously, if you thought the opening weekend was dramatic, you haven't seen anything yet. This weekend completely rewrote the script. And honestly, the whole story can be summed up with just one number. So you see this number, 26. And you're probably thinking, okay, what's that all about? Well, let me tell you. In the world of Super Rugby, that number isn't just a number. It's a fortress. It's this huge psychological barrier that stood for more than 20 years in one of the toughest places on the planet to play rugby. For 26 straight years, the ACT Brumbies would make the trip to Christchurch to play the Crusaders, and for 26 straight years, they'd go home with a loss. We're talking one of the longest, most stubborn home ground winning streaks in the history of the entire competition. Yeah, about that. After this weekend, that streak is officially, totally, completely gone. The fortress has been smashed to pieces. And that, right there, is the biggest story from this round. The champion Crusaders, the team that's always the favorite, didn't just lose at home. No, they were absolutely dismantled in a performance that has sent some serious shockwaves through the whole competition. And just look at the score. I mean, wow, 50-24, that is a demolition. The Brumbies didn't just scrape by or get a lucky win. They were clinical, they were powerful, and they ended that 26-year hoodoo in the most emphatic way you possibly could. Okay, but here's the thing. The Brumbies' incredible win, it wasn't some isolated fluke. It's actually part of a much bigger story that's starting to take shape these first couple of rounds. The absolutely stunning comeback of the Australian teams. Yep, it's not just the Brumbies making noise. The NSW Warthog are also firing on all cylinders. They backed up their big win from round one with a really commanding 36-13 victory over the Fijian Drua. So that's 2 for 2 for them. And a massive reason for that success is this one kid who is quickly becoming the talk of the town. You can't look at the headlines without seeing praise for the Warthog's young superstar, Max Jorgensen. And believe me, it's for very, very good reason. His impact has just been instant. He scored another double this weekend, and his play has been so good that after only 2 rounds, he is sitting all by himself at the top of the Player of the Year leaderboard. What a phenomenal start for the young guy. So, with the Aussie teams absolutely flying high, you have to ask, how did the traditional New Zealand powerhouses answer the challenge? Well, it was a real mixed bag. We saw some brutal, down-to-the-wire games and some just dominant displays. The unbeaten Chiefs, they had to dig really deep to hold off a fiery Highlanders team in a 26-23 thriller. The Blues got pushed all the way over in Perth, finally winning a high-scoring 42-32 shootout with the Western Force. And the Hurricanes, they finally kicked off their season after a bye week and, boom, an explosive 52-10 stomping of Moana Pacifica. And the absolute star of that Hurricanes win was their new recruit, Josh Morby. He was celebrating his return to his old stomping grounds in Wellington. And what does he do? He goes and scores an incredible hat trick. Talk about announcing your arrival. Now, all these crazy, high-scoring, thrilling games we've been talking about, they are not happening by accident. Not at all. They're a direct result of a pretty big strategic shift in the competition this year. A shift that's also coming with a pretty significant cost. So the competition brought in these new law tweaks they're calling faster footy. And the goal is super simple. Speed the game up, cut down on all the stoppages and TMO checks, and just create a more wide-open attacking style of rugby. And you know what? Based on the results, it is absolutely working. Just look at the effect it's having. The average number of tries per match in round 2 was a staggering 8.4. That's a festival of attacking rugby, right? But this high-octane pace, it is putting some unbelievable demands on the players. And this is the inevitable consequence. The injury lists are just blowing up. We're seeing huge names go down. We're talking Blues captain Patrick Tuipulotu, Chiefs flanker Samapeni Fainau, the Crusaders' Mitch Drummond, and Hurricanes co-captain Du Plessis-Kirithi, all sidelined. This relentless pace is taking a serious, serious physical toll. And it's not just the injuries either. The pressure and the pure fatigue that comes from this faster footy is also leading to some disciplinary problems. After round 2, you've got 2 players, Daniel Leonard-Brown of the Highlanders and Hunter Paisami of the Reds, both getting hit with 3-week suspensions for dangerous play. So, after all of that drama, the injuries, the suspensions, the historic upset, what does the big picture actually look like? Let's take a quick look at the competition ladder because it really does show this new power balance. I mean, the ladder tells you everything you need to know about the season so far. You've got two Australian teams, the Brumbies and the Waratahs, sitting pretty right at the top with maximum points. And then you scroll down and you see the defending champion Crusaders winless, all the way down in 8th place. It's a table that would have been completely unthinkable just a few weeks ago. So all of this leaves us with one massive, fascinating question moving forward. Is this early Aussie dominance the real deal? A genuine season-long power shift? Are they just adapting better to this faster footy? Or is it only a matter of time before the wounded Kiwi Giants, especially the Crusaders, find their feet and strike back? The next few rounds are going to be absolutely crucial.